How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing: always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Lucid that closed at $14.99, posting up a strong green day. But come on, they couldn't give us $15. We'll talk about it more inside of this video. We'll take a look at the charts, and then we're going to take a look at the short interest. And then when all of that is done, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts. And just a quick reminder, if you're new to this channel, we do have timestamps down below inside the description because I do value your time. So let's get into those videos. So we're going to take a look at the chart for Lucid. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $14.99, being up 1.97%. On the low, it tested $14.39, and then on the high, testing $14.99. So they really couldn't give us that $15 right on the dot. Let's take a look at the volume stats. So we ended up trading at 11.748 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 14.527 million shares. So we had below average volume on the day, and we saw some strength in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, we still continue to trade below all of our major moving averages, which is the 50 EMA, the 21 EMA, and as well as the 9 EMA. But what we saw from Lucid today, we ended up getting a higher low and as well as a higher high. So I know a lot of the bulls are excited, but I really wanted to see if Lucid can make that move to gain some strength above 15 bucks. Knowing that it closed at $14.99, I think $15 is a given at this point for it to get to that level going into Friday. And when it does do that, you want to see it get to at least around $15.30. We have the 9 EMA at $15.36. So if we can gain some momentum, things can definitely start looking interesting from there, especially if we can get that break above $15.60. Then it opens the door to $16. Now, if we decide to have a pullback, of course the bulls want to see a higher low. We ended up testing a low at $14.39. So anything above that level, then Lucid should be perfectly fine going into next week. So what could that look like? Maybe showing support at $14.50 or $14.60. Holding that area gives us that higher low, and then we see what it would do from there. If it decides to actually break through the low of the day, which was at $14.39, then we want to see if it could hold support right at the $14 level. If it can't hold support at $14, that's when we'll get that retest going back to the 1380s, and then we want to see what it would do, because we know that the 52-week low is at 1325. But in my personal opinion, it definitely looks like Lucid is trying to turn things around. So let's see if we can get that move going to 1530 on Friday. So we're going to take a look at the recent short interest information for Lucid. So the off-exchange short volume ratio is at 53.41%. And then for the off-exchange short volume, it is just over 3.85 million shares. Scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 400,000, updated 23 minutes ago. And then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 11.31%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 6th, it was at 53.27. And then for the close of the 7th, being at 53.41. So this went up a little bit. And then when we take a look at the short interest percentage of the float, being at 20.68%, Lucid does continue to have short squeeze potential. So for my final thoughts for Lucid, it was great to see that we had a green day inside of the market. We also saw a SPY that was showing a lot of strength, and as well as for IWM. So a lot of small and mid-cap stocks ended up seeing a good amount of momentum. We also had Jerome Powell, who was speaking today at 9 a.m. and he did not say anything to shock the markets whatsoever. So when we ended up having a run-up, it really wasn't that surprising. But we also have to take in consideration with Lucid, we want that move to go to $15.30. If it's able to gain momentum by hitting this area, it can get really interesting, because that's when you want to look for the next move for some price action to be above $15.60, and then see if you can get to $16. If it doesn't do that, then we want to see a higher low, most preferably around $14.50 or $14.60. Like I said, it had a low today at $14.38. You want that higher low going into next week, because if the market continues to trend up, that's where we can get that next opportunity to get to $16. And another point that I want to bring to your attention when it comes to the short interest information, Lucid does continue to have short squeeze potential. So if we continue to have a lot of buying pressure coming into the play, we could see those strong moves in price action. I want to make sure that you're fully aware of that and not be surprised if you see having a strong day or you see a continued run up. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be talking to you guys tomorrow.